All right, let's do a brief audio and visual check, everybody. How are we doing? How are you, Coach Jay? Let's do a sound and mic check and all that.
Doing good, Coach Dakota. Doing good, man. How are you?
Good.
I am
You
actually gonna.
look a little
Yeah,
see-through.
yeah. Green shirts don't work well on green screens, so I'm gonna step away for a second. We're gonna do a quick wardrobe change, and I'll be right back. But
Okay, I'll
good to
turn
see
the video
everybody.
off from my end.
Oh
There
yeah.
we go. I was looking for this last night. Consolidation and then a breakout. Can we see that? Maybe. That's a possibility. That's why I was short gold, looking for a sell-off on gold. So we are consolidating for the past little bit, almost over an hour. And so maybe we see something where we consolidate and then we break to the long side. If we zoom in to maybe a 1 minute, you can see it a little bit more cleaner. This is kind of similar to what I was looking at last night, where we're making the higher lows, right? Making the higher lows, and then we are testing these highs, 770s. And so I wouldn't be surprised to a breakout. I would not be surprised to a breakout and maybe see some continuation. Market's already up 1.75%. And there you are, Coach Jay.
I'm back. I'm
You are
back.
back.
Yeah, you're talking about this rally. Did see a headline on financial juice. I'm still trying to confirm, what the actual news is. But I saw something about the yen dropping as the U.S. halts Trump global tariffs. U.S. courts halt Trump global tariffs. Like, that's a headline that I'm seeing in financial juice right now.
All right.
That could be exactly why we're seeing these markets move the way we're moving. So I'm still looking at confirming that headline and exactly what that means. But big moves across the board. I did catch some of it in the micro S&P. Got long for 59.23. My system told me to get out at 59.65, 30 points lower than the highs of the day. But about a month ago, the president said, so you better buy stocks. And we are seeing the equity markets rally pretty strong. NVIDIA had decent earnings. Didn't hear anything about the forward guidance, but we might be back, Dakota.
We're back. Are we going to is this just a march to all-time highs, and then once we hit it, we just keep going?
I mean, we're not far off of it now. I think we're 4% off the all-time high in the S&P, and about the same in the Nasdaq, right around 4% off the all-time, just over 4% off the all-time high in the futures in the Nasdaq as well. So these markets look pretty bullish.
They do. They do. If only we just went like all in with both hands when Trump said buy, and just like, all right, we buy everything. This market's going right back to all-time highs. And we were talking about that. If we refer back to the daily chart, when it's the like laws of numbers, right, of percentages on markets going up, markets going down. So the market sold off 26%, right? 26%. Let's just say 27, 27%. In order for the market to recover that 27% sell-off, the market needed to rally 36%, right? So that's a big difference. It's just like, I mean, a shorter example is like if you lose 50%, you have to basically make 100% just to get back to break even. Well, man, have we done it? We've already went up 32% from the low back in, April 4th. So it's been one heck of a rally. I mean, this is very similar to COVID, right? Where the market sells off and then it recovers just as fast as it rebounds. And you could say, I know, Peter Tuchman says the same thing. He's like, man, this market could go up just as fast as it went down. And yeah, Nasdaq still pushing towards these highs. And what else are you seeing, Jay? I've been following Nasdaq and gold. I am that short gold. I'm down money, taking a freaking loss on a short gold. I mean, still have a little bit of ways to hit my stop loss, but it's not looking too hot.
I'm seeing. I'm looking at the equity markets. I've been trading a lot more S&P than the Nasdaq. But yeah, same thing here. Equities and gold really have my focus right now. And we talked about this, scanning different markets and things like that. Maybe when there isn't enough opportunity. But when the main thing is presenting opportunity, that you focus there, right? You don't look in other places. So I think until further notice, I'll be focusing on the equities and in gold. We did get that headline. Thank you, chat, for sharing this. Federal court on Wednesday blocked President Donald Trump from imposing sweeping tariffs on imports under an emergency powers law, swiftly throwing into doubt Trump's signature set of economic policies that have rattled global financial markets, frustrated trade partners, and raised broader fears about inflation intensifying and the economy slumping. So it seems like that was a decision by the courts, and very interesting.
I think there's going to be some back and forth on this, man.
Oh, 100%.
I think, yeah, we're seeing these equities go up, but I don't think we've heard the last of it. I'm
Yeah, no,
almost certain there's going to be some friction back and forth. And then while we see that friction, are we going to see volatility? Are we now going to see the president go back at them? And is it going to be back and forth? And then how's the trade tensions going to be with this? It's a mess. But these markets are going up.
Right. Yeah, it is a mess. And like you're saying, Dakota, it's still not in the clear, right? I don't think anybody kind of saw this whole situation where we got into a trade war just ending with everyone being like, oh, okay, let's just amicably decide to be like, hey, you know what, guys, it was a joke. It's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna move on. So there's probably a lot more to come out of this, headlines and things like that. What does that mean for us as traders? Presents opportunity. Markets are moving, and we have to take advantage of it. It's our job.
It says Musk discussed his role with U.S. government in post on X. I see someone say Elon Musk is leaving the. This is never boring, man. This is just never freaking boring. Is that true, chat? Is that true? What's going on? I haven't seen Elon Musk's post. Let's. We're making. He's making decisions on the Twitterverse.
This is the environment we're in right now. Gotta love it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Chat, how are you guys trading this right now? How's everyone doing?
That's the question. Yeah. How is chat doing? How are you doing, everybody?
We'll wait. Clarence is long the Nasdaq. Long gold for Tristan.
Okay. Short yen. Closed FXA, unfortunately. Well, I'm not doing too well. I'm short gold, and it's not working out on my end.
You short from like the 80s, 85s,
83.2. Yeah, 83.2.
83.2.
Gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like short gold. You know, we've seen a little bit of a bounce here.
Stop loss is gonna be a better entry, man. Look, we went right up to it. Right up. Almost tagged my stop loss.
Oh.
Almost. Should I add to it and widen the stop loss?
Steve Money sounds like he's in Baron's Discord. Baron's Discord is all long the Nasdaq right now.
Longs look good for the Nasdaq, not shorts for golds. I don't know what I'm doing here in gold, man. There's the loss. There's the stopped out of gold. What am I doing in gold? I should just be buying equities, man. Gold's an addiction.
You've been trading gold pretty well.
I have.
Order filled.
I can't complain too much. Nothing wrong with a loss in gold. There's been a few times it's came close, and I've had some great days. Well, I mean, just this last Friday, right? Over $6,000. That one great trade on the gold. Yeah. It legit tagged my stop loss.
And turn around.
If this turns around and sells off, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's Aaron trades. Let's be nice on gold. Yes.
Aaron's like, that's my moneymaker.
You can't make that up. You can't make this up. Where did it tag me out at? It legit tagged me out at 92.
Order filled.
Yeah, there was 92.
Yeah, it tagged me out at 92. You can't make that up, chat. That's kind of what happened to MP, right?
Oh man,
not as crazy, right? Where you get tagged out, and then just go straight. It ripped like what 300 points in the Nasdaq.
Dakota, you know what's funny? I don't remember exactly what day that was, but I don't think the Nasdaq has traded lower than that price since.
Just go straight up to all-time highs from that point.
I don't know that we traded lower than that tick. Yeah, we gotta do some tape review on what day that was in the equity split. It hurts, man. It happens.
I'm gonna get back in this, Jay. I still like this trade. I know it tagged me out. I'm gonna put it above this pivot right here. And then now if it tags me out again, I'm just gonna be done with the gold. For right now in this moment. And the trade's still freaking valid. It just.
I was gonna ask, would you get back in it? Seeing equities continue to push up. S&P is about to trade the 6,000 level. 135 contracts sitting at 6,000, and we have not traded 6,000 in the S&P since March 3rd. So the last time we traded 6,000. So.
Yeah, there goes the Nasdaq. Wow. Okay. 21,800.
Markets have been kind of waiting for good news, and if we're completely canceling tariffs, that's good news for the meantime.
Tariffs are gone.
We'll see how long that lasts, but
Beautiful breakout into those 800s. The DOM is super thin too, Jay.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull one up over here. Pull up Quant Tower. Makes it a little easier to read, but yeah. Oh wow, that's really thin.
Just low single digits, pushing into those 800s.
When do we see 22K? Could it be today? Nasdaq's up about 1.5%. 22,000 will put us right around 2.25%, 2.35%. It's not out of the question. Again, these markets are looking for any reason to rally. Who do we have on power? Chad. Chad was saying, after the comments kind of came out that chip companies weren't, the president didn't want chip companies to sell in China. We saw a quick knee-jerk reaction. The markets bounced, right? Hearing that type of news, you would think, we're going to just sell off now. These markets are resilient and looking for any type of good news. I think we may have just gotten some, and they're showing us the response. So
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. This market, Nasdaq's up 2%, man. Like it's volatility's not gone yet.
Oh yeah,
yesterday
2%, 1.5.
Yeah, market's up. Nasdaq's up 2%. I know today during fast markets was just and throughout the day until we got Nvidia earnings. It was kind of one of those. Yeah, it's not. Is this going to be here to stay? It's like I don't know. I doubt it. This is kind of just a rare situation where we were just waiting for news. News came out. Not only did we get Nvidia earnings, we got another bombshell of an event into these markets. And now we watch. What do you see now other than this gold just I'm in the wrong market, man. Gold ripping
Uh,
higher.
Seeing the S&P didn't trade that 6,000 level here. Some traders in the chat were saying, do we short 6,000s in the S&P? If you keep your risk tight, right? If you think if your playbook says there's an opportunity to take a short here, you don't have to risk a whole lot. Got to imagine that there's going to be some stops above 6,000. For me, I'd kind of want to wait and see the reaction at 6,000 and maybe then take a sell. But yeah, it's a cheap opportunity to short this market here. But I don't know that I want to take shorts. I think any pullbacks are opportunities to buy. I lost some trades this morning buying these markets, and I'm okay with that. Right? If I'm going to buy in the wrong location, I could adjust that. But I am taking the Coach Paul approach and looking at one side of this market for right now. If we're going to
Okay.
continue to rally.
So what's the Coach Paul approach? Like, hey, I'm going to
Uh,
be taking one side to this market. Like how for a very long
yep.
time it's just like only long Nasdaq, only long Nasdaq, only long Nasdaq. If I'm going to lose money, it's going to be a long on the Nasdaq. And yeah, with the power of hindsight, man, that thing. I mean, personal account's one thing, but the top step, what I'm showing everybody here, is a different thing. It works. It's been working. Depending, it's of course, like you said, location.
Yep. Yeah. So his approach, he looks at a 30-minute chart. Well, he starts with the daily. If the market's above the 200 moving average on the daily, he's going to buy. He's only looking for longs. Then you go down to a shorter time frame. He's looking at a 30-minute chart. If on the 30-minute we're above the 200 moving average, which is this white line on my charts, he's looking for longs as well. So there might be pullbacks in the market, and I think what it helps to do is kind of just block out one side, and then you only ever look for opportunities to do that one thing really well, right? So could I just buy the highs here? You got to think about it. Is that a smart trade? But that doesn't mean that just because I can't buy it here, I have to sell it, right? It's now waiting for a better signal to buy, which I think helps a lot with your mindset. Because if you're thinking, hey, I got to do either or, right? I either got to get long or short. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
to ask whether or not you're making that decision in the right location to then make money. Cutting out one side of it simplifies that process just a little.
I love that, Jay. And it helps decisions. Like identify the trend. The trend is your friend. Myself and like
Yep.
many others struggle with that. And it's like, okay, once you identify the trend, then you know which direction you're wanting to trade, right? And now the next one is now I look for opportunities. Now you find opportunities in that direction, and so that helps. I myself a lot of the time can get caught up on the smaller movements and taking those losses, and then only after I'm done trading, or I'm like, okay, I hit my day loss limit minus 3,000, minus 5,000. Let's review. And like, oh, that one was actually kind of stupid. I could have prevented myself from taking that loss if I would have just looked at a higher time frame, or I could have seen that the market just going very strong in this direction. So. And Top Step has had that as a tip of the week, right? What was it, last week or a couple weeks ago? And it's true. It really is true. And it doesn't matter how good of a trader you are or how long you've been trading. It's still one of those that we always have to work on the very fundamentals. We have those sports analogies of it's the same thing. Regardless of how professional you are or how like LeBron James or Michael Jordan, you still have to work on the very basics and the fundamentals, or else you're going to get caught.
100%. We did just see the S&P trade 6,000 again. That's the first time we're trading the 6,000 handle in the S&Ps since March 3rd. So almost 2 months of being below 6,000. S&Ps above it. NASDAQ rallying as well, 21,830. This feels like, the move to 22,000s here in the NASDAQ now. Maybe that doesn't happen tonight, but when the markets get this directional. Now, let's see, right? We talked about what happens, this reaction at 6,000 in the S&P. Do we just blow right through it? Do we get a pullback? If I'm looking to get long, I'm welcoming a pullback here.
Yeah. I mean, NASDAQ equities just keep going straight up. Gold, not
Yep.
really doing anything. Gold knows I'm in it, so it's just like, yeah, thanks. We'll keep going up.
Where's gold trading right now?
Let's see.
80. Are you still in it or you get back out?
Yeah, I'm still. I got back in it. Where's my chart?
Okay.
Where's my charts? So I'm still in the green. Okay, chat. I'm in the green. I took the $800 loss on that little bounce up. This trade was still valid, so I got back in it. 289. I'm gonna just move my stop loss now. I'll move it to like 33.3, and let's see if we can get that move to new session lows. So this could very easily be that one about bad timing at first. It's like, oh, you're right direction. You're getting in with the trend, but the timing was off. So let's see if gold could get a momentum move to the south. Let's see if we could get that while these equities are rallying. But I don't know. I mean, Nasdaq's up 2%. What's gold? Gold's down 1%. So yeah, there's plenty of room to the downside. Go test these lows. Now we do have a spike in volatility that has been coming in right at the top of the hour. So we have like 2.5 minutes. Will that move gold? Maybe.
It could. It could. There was a question here that I wanted to answer. Oh, no, it was a comment. Christian said the market pushed up 1.8% in 1 hour. You're not getting a pullback. There's always a pullback. The question is whether or not you're patient enough to wait for it. There's always a pullback.
And when, right?
when. Exactly. I'll just go to sleep and then I'll catch the pullback
Yeah, like
tomorrow.
next
But
month.
I caught a piece of the move. I caught a piece of the move in the S&P. Was long for 59.23s. Got into a class and showed the class how you exit trades at your target. And then I immediately questioned whether or not that target was too close. But we don't think about money that we could have made. Focus on the next opportunity.
I like that. Don't focus on what you woulda, coulda, shoulda. Man, I'd be doing
Yep.
that way often. Way often. Woulda,
much.
coulda, shoulda. I've made so many freaking mistakes in these markets. Especially, I mean, I would say a mistake that I used to make is a lot different than a mistake that I make now. A mistake that I used to make was like, I don't know, like a rookie mistake kind of, right? And the mistake I make now is like, should I have had my stop loss there or maybe a little bit higher? It really did just take me out, and then got back in it. Sometimes it's like, oh, that was a great trade, but I lennied it. I moved my stop loss too early. This, and so I think the mistakes that I tend to make now in my day trading are more of little nuances and little details compared to like, why did you trade 15 contracts on cattle and you've never traded cattle before type mistake.
Yeah. Okay, Dakota, there's a question here. Mujib says, how can I be confident in my trades? I always exit my trades early. My trade did 20K and I got out at 2K profits. What would you say to that, Dakota?
Get used to it. Get used to it. That's what happens. That there's the market's always going to leave you unsatisfied. You're never going to catch the exact bottom, and you're never going to catch the exact top, or at least you cannot plan on catching the exact bottom and the exact top. You have to be happy with average. You need to be happy with just getting a piece of a move. And if you find that that's happening a lot, then maybe you can adjust your process, maybe the time frame, maybe something else to help you capture that bigger move. So that's
Yep.
my best advice. All right, top of the hour. Let's see this volatility. All right, gold. What are we going to do? My stop loss is at 93.3, and looking for this market, looking for gold to go back and test these lows into those 70s. Not liking it. Let's see. Yeah, usually time frame helps, right? If you're
Yeah.
but there's
And
so many trades. Go ahead.
think about instead of, it's very easy to look at the chart and say, oh yeah, I could have, all I had to do was, buy at the low and sell at the high and I would have made $1 million. Think about the person you have to become to sit through that trade, right? Somebody had asked the other day, how do these people on the big board make 40K in a day? My answer was they might be okay with a $10,000 P&L swing in that trade before you get to that 40K, right? Anytime we always visualize the big green number in our head, right? Oh yeah, I made, 500,000 today because I max contracts, bought it at the low, sold it at the high. We never visualize the emotions that come along with that. So instead of asking how can I hold on trades longer, if you see it play out and the market gets to your targets often enough, two questions. Ask yourself, are you the person that can sit through that trade realistically? And can your account facilitate the move that you're looking for? It's very easy. We do the trader math. Oh, I would have just got in right here and got out there. Never works like that.
I wish.
Yeah, right.
It does.
Be so easy.
Exactly. Well, so far gold's starting to sell off a little bit. Not getting my hopes up yet because it's a volatile thing. It's a volatile thing, and we see lots of whipsaws. But 2 minutes after the top of the hour,
Good.
it's looking good so far. I like my stop loss. I'm gonna I can't take any off because it's just one contract, so it's basically all in, all out. And yeah, I want to see us go test these mid 70s, these 270s. That's what I'm looking for, Jay.
Held VWAP up there. VWAP's at 3290s. We held that. I'm liking this trade.
Where's your VWAP at? You said you have VWAP on the gold.
Yeah, it at 32.89.4.
Got it. Thank you. There's Coach.
Yep.
Coach Hoop. Yeah, new lows. There's the Nightbot with the risk disclosure. I think the Nightbot is just timing is off because I see the Nightbot posting at like 8:02.
Okay.
So maybe the timing's off on the Nightbot.
Nightbot, get it together.
Yeah, that's
Adjust your schedule.
I know.
Get it together, Nightbot.
Nightbot's broken. All right, come on, gold. Let's see if we can get a bigger push lower. Let's get down 2% on gold. 2% sell off. Gotcha. Get it.
Chat. Anyone sell S&Ps up there at 6,000s? We are getting that pullback we talked about, right? So major cycle level. Anyone who's trading the S&Ps knows when we're trading these 6,000s. And if you don't see that immediate kind of push through it, maybe we ran some stops up there. We ran 3 points, but really no follow through volume. So cheap opportunity there to take a trade. It's not a trade I'm looking for because I'm looking at this move as a potential pullback. But we are seeing a pullback off the highs in the S&P and in the Nasdaq. And let's go gold. Nice trade, Dakota.
I know. I actually switched to my live, and I just took the same trade in my live. Not. I got worse price, but I just took this trade in my live.
Okay.
I didn't get the better price. I would love to get the 89 in my live, but I got 83.2. 83.2.
Okay, still working.
So still going good. Still going good.
So there was a ton of selling absorbed at these lows here. It was about 300 contracts that traded in a second in gold right at that low. The high of that range was 32.75.70. So let's see what this reaction is down here. This is a great trade though.
Come on, gold. Pick
great
up some
trade. Yeah, looking at this kind of.
We need to get through this pivot. We need to get through this pivot here at these 70s, these 77s, 77, 78. Oh, there we go. Flush it. One more push. I'll close one contract. I'm short 3. We know how whipsaw can be. We know it could bounce right back up in a second. Okay, I'm getting off one. I'm getting off one at 77 evens. Okay, there's one. There's one. 77 even. Through those 77s. Let's let this thing run. 76. I'm gonna go ahead and close. No, I'm just gonna leave this sim one. Let's focus on this live.
Oh yeah.
75s.
Focus on the real money.
All right, we hit those mid 70s. Yeah, we tapped those 70s, those mid 70s. I want to get out of another one actually. I might want to close out one more into those mid 70s.
Nice trade, man.
So far, so good. Knock on wood.
I still like this. Christian, what time frame am I looking at on the equities? I look at a 3 and a 30. 3-minute chart, 30-minute chart.
There you go, chat, so you can see what I see.
I'm going to be honest with you, Dakota. I'm looking for a potential opportunity to get into this gold trade. We might be extended, but I think there is room lower.
Right. Where do you see this thing going?
3260s.
Okay. Well, let's hope it gets there. I'm all for that.
3260. The question is how we get there. 3265 is the 50-day moving average. That would be my target here.
Okay. All right.
Conservatively, to be honest.
74. All right. One more push lower. I'll close out one more. Okay, I'm out. Let's see. Let's get out. 36. Okay, I'm out of one more. I have one runner. I'm gonna move my CYA a little bit. This is that. This is the low. This is the session low, right at what 70, 71.2, 71.2 is the session low.
Yeah. Brad, I'm gonna answer that question for Brad. Brad's seeing high volume on this 803 candle. Is that exhaustion? It could be, but remember, a lot of times these high volume candles can show continuation as well. The one thing I would do to check, attach a VWAP to that candle and see how the market responds to there, right? This could just be going. This volume isn't unsustainable here that we're seeing in gold, right? So they could easily just continue to come and sell this. I would not be looking for an exhaustion move until, close above that candle. Could it happen? Could it reverse here? It could. But this has the potential to be continuation as well. So I think just read it and see what it says.
Yeah, we're finding buyers right down at those lower 73s. How's equities looking? I'm not going to switch my charts yet.
S&P pulled back a little bit off that 6,000, trading 10 points off at 59.91. And that's not 10 points, that's 9 points. This is trading. We do averages. And the NASDAQ pulled back, made a high of around 21,833 and about 50 points off the high there. And not surprised to see this pullback. Christian, we said we were potentially going to get one. This is what it's looking like. Now, the question is, how big of a pullback is this going to be? We came a long way from where we settled in these markets. On average, in pullbacks on the NASDAQ, I'm looking for about 50 points, but we've gotten that already. So at this point, I just need to see where sellers are going to say, okay, this is where we're comfortable going, and then get back into longs from there. But pretty good pullback so far.
Yeah, let's see if we get a continuation, go test or break the low. But we bounced pretty good off the low 73s or 73s.
Give me one second, I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, all good. I'll take your video off. Well, chat, I was down 3,000 this week and making a little bit of backup tonight. Last week's high, get out on double bottom. We are on 1 hour support. Nice thing about being at support is there's a chance that we break it. Love it for me. Yeah, it's one of those things. I ended Friday trading gold. I made 6,900 trading on Friday and minus 3,000 today in the New York session and last night. And so now back. It's part of trading. It's part of trading, everybody. Let's see. I like this trade better though, chat. Getting in at 89 evens, 32.89 on the combine, but then getting in at a much lower price on the freaking live account. I should have just taken it on the live first. Taking it on the live account first. Any slow markets? Hashtag slow markets on Twitter. Let's see. Any hashtag slow markets on Twitter? Let's take a look, chat. Hashtag slow markets. If you missed it, here we go. There it is. DBA Concepts. Yeah, DBA Concepts. You take the bad trade in the live account. You take the good trade in the combine and the bad trade on the live account. It should be opposite, right? Should be the opposite. Oh man.
All right, I'm back.
Jay, all right, let's get your video back. You just missed yeah, DBA Concepts, man. We take the good trade on the combine, the bad trade on the average trade on the live account.
It's a winner. Are you back in the green overall?
Yeah, I'm plus 1,600 realized, okay. Plus 400 realized. Nice. After I was down 3,000 from yesterday, or I mean, yesterday's price action, technically this morning or last night.
Good stuff.
You want to talk about how scary real AI is?
It's scary.
Chat, you want to see scary. Something? I'm messing around with AI, but you want to see something scary on how realistic AI is getting? Look at this, chat. I programmed me as a character as AI. So watch this, and it will turn this into a video. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna click play. That's so freaking creepy, man.
That's young Kodo learning how to trade the NASDAQ. Learning how to trade the NASDAQ.
That's so scary though. Like the fact the detail of the hair, the detail of like the facial movements, the eye movements. Like watch the eye movements. It blinks. Oh man,
yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. You're gonna have to only verify things you see in person soon. If your two eyes didn't see it and you couldn't reach out and touch it yourself, it's not real. That's gonna be eventually what the internet becomes.
It is, and then the slight camera shake that someone put out. Like let me pull it back up again. Watch the camera shake. Right, the camera's slowly shaking a little bit. So it's like
someone's holding a
Yeah, it is. It's like, how do you know that's not sim or not real? And I'm like, okay, maybe the fingers are not actually hitting the keyboards. How else would you identify that this is an AI?
So that used to be the thing with AI, right? They were just like, if you want to tell whether or not it's real or fake, look at the hands. But I almost feel like this is like a shot at at making it more real. Where like, hey, it actually looks like he's typing there, right? Where if you just look at AI hands a couple years ago, it would be like 17 fingers on one hand or something like that.
I
Where
mean, look at those
this is
hands. Look,
this
five
pretty,
fingers
yeah.
look accurate because you have like the knuckles. You have the fingernails that are detailed.
Yeah, you even have like that wherever that bone is on your wrist there, like
Yeah, right here, popping
yeah,
out. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like look at this. Like that is as accurate as it. I don't know, man. That's you don't need family photos. I don't need baby pictures. AI will generate what I look like when I was little. Yeah, the movement of the body, everything. So I was playing with AI the past few days, and it's just I, I'm blown away, just speechless. All right, let's go coming back to these mid 70s. Yeah, incredible technology. No, it wasn't Chat GPT. Yeah, I paid for a service, and it's a decent amount of money, but
Gold is about
to
to fall apart.
oh yeah, there we go into those 73s. Let's go break these lows. Let's go.
Gold is
Timber.
about to fall apart. Trading Baba had asked a question. There are a large number of candles which have higher volume than the previous, so you keep attaching VWAP. I don't keep attaching VWAP, but let's watch Dakota's trade. I'll explain a little bit afterwards. But look at the 803 central time candle on a 3-minute chart. Attach a VWAP to that. Why I have it there is because this is higher volume. Right? I was saying I want to potentially get in this trade with Dakota. See how 50% of this candle held? This is the entry. Stop would be above the high, and we just continue to go from there. Look at what this VWAP is doing. Brad, you were saying, is this a potential reversal exhaustion that we're seeing? Sometimes we get continuation, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. So we never held above 50% of that. This is a beautiful trade.
Yeah, look at this thing go. Look at it go. 1600 locked up. Beautiful trade in the combine account too, but look at the live. Like, yeah, sure, I'm a little bit late on the live account, but I mean, following the process, the fact that we've now started to break down, waited for that confirmation in the live, not trying to preempt it. Yeah, 1600 locked up, have a runner in. I moved my CYA to 81 even, and we just broke session lows, and we're still trying to hold below these session lows. Where can we see this market going? I mean, maybe to these 60s. Yeah, Jay, I like those 60s as a target, and I'll trail this baby down, and yeah, done right here, right now, in front of everybody.
Crypto Chris says, why not take profits?
I did. If you missed it, tune back in. Rewind this. This is recorded. It's on YouTube. I was short 3. I'm now short 1. I took profits on our way down here, and I'm leaving a runner on, and we are now testing these 60s. Let's see if we get a nice little push down into these mid 60s, and I'll close this one out for a full profit, a full take profit, a full TP. But we need to hold below the low.
Yeah.
That's what futures trading is, right? Futures trading, you can trade different markets. We have NASDAQ, crude oil, gold, Nikkei, currency futures, right? You hear Coach Hoop talking about cattle. Could flush all the way to 3230s. Yeah, I could see that in the longer term. But this is a slow market, just quick in and out. I don't want to hold anything overnight. I still don't with everything that's going on. All right, pushing right back down. New session low. Get through these 69s. All right, 269. Hopefully DAX soon. I'd love to be able to trade DAX here. I know D would love DAX, right?
Oh yeah, I think if we get the DAX, D might be number 1 on the leaderboard.
She's an amazing trader.
Yeah. They got a question in the chat. Would you guys look to long the Nasdaq now? We are seeing the pullback kind of slow down just a little bit, but I would need a long signal, right? I wouldn't just buy it off of a level. Need some type of reversal signal to get in long there.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we're failing to hold below the low. We tried it a little bit. These 3271.2. We broke the low. We tried it 1, 2, 3 times here on the 1-minute charts. So let's see if we get something we just saw, right? Where we get a pullback, maybe some consolidation, and then we get a continuation. I'd be okay with seeing this, right? Pullback, continuation. So maybe we do get a pullback and then some follow through. Let's see and watch it. I have my CYA right here for a reason. So yeah, I'm switching off NQ for gold. Sometimes, yeah, gold's been good to me. Gold has been good to me. So that's yeah. I'll still trade Nasdaq. Nasdaq looks good though. Nasdaq's already up 1.8%. So I think the better opportunity was here for gold because there's more. I think there's more room for gold to the downside than there is Nasdaq to the upside right now during this.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Next hour. Does that
chat,
make sense?
I did not. Oh, it makes a ton of sense. It makes a ton of sense. There are times where I have the 4 equity markets up and they're all doing the same thing, but one presents a better trade at a better level. And I take that one. It's like, oh, don't you always trade the Nasdaq? Why do you trade that? It's like I just want to trade whatever market seems to be presenting the best opportunity.
Yes, I agree.
Order filled.
I would love to take a trade on Nasdaq, but I'm in gold. I'm in gold right now. Okay.
Right.
Let's see if we get any continuation back down to those lows, or I get stopped.
Claude talking about a potential reversal signal, maybe above these 3276s. It won't ruin Dakota's trade though, because Dakota already is either going to make a little less money or a little more money.
Yeah, guaranteed $1,600, $1,700. Yeah, kind of disappointed that we didn't hold below those 70s, 71.
Yeah.
We touched 69. That number's gonna haunt me, man.
You put it out there. You put it out there
into the universe, and it's showing up everywhere. Yeah, I should have took profit at 69, chat. Come on. We're bouncing off that level. Yeah, we're getting steak dinner tonight.
You
Actually
guys
got a
also
great.
nah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say I actually had a great steak dinner last night.
Nice.
Would it be wrong for me to want to move my stop loss higher?
Where? I mean, no, would it be wrong? It would be a decision. Are you okay living with the results of that decision? That's the question.
Hmm.
80 contracts just showed up at 32.86 in gold. Moving your stop up, give it a little bit more room. My question would be, if you leave your stop where it is or take profit here and it pops up there,
Order filled.
can you just take the trade again?
Yeah. Yes. Jay, you're right.
But follow your process.
Yeah. Well,
You have one.
I have $160 locked in,
Right.
but the way I'm seeing it is we could definitely see a move like we seen earlier, and then sell off.
Right. It seems like I'm doing a marathon on Top Step TV. I think Dakota and I, we're both on Top Step TV as equal amount for the week, right? I think we
Correct.
put in
Yeah.
some time on Top Step TV. It
I'm
feels like a
enjoying it,
marathon.
man. I'm enjoying
too.
it. It doesn't feel like
Me
work
too.
at all. It's not work when you enjoy what you do. I love interacting with the chat and everything about it. Jay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop higher.
Okay.
And watch this price action with my finger on the close button. Do what I would have done in the combine. In my combine, well, yeah, I'm going to follow the same process. I've locked in profits. That's the thing. If I did not lock in profits, I will not move my stop loss. But I'm looking at this trade as a whole. Okay, I'm looking at this trade overall as one big trade. Managing it, closing some off, adding to it. Moving my stop loss here to where it's at right now. Say if the market goes up and I take a $600 on this contract, I'm actually
Order filled.
because I plus $1,600. So I'm going to watch it. I made the decision already. I have it higher, but I'm going to manage this trade manually. I can even add to this position too, Jay. Bring out the frozen peas. That got me. That was a good one. Freaking good. All right, time.
Bring out the frozen peas.
You know what? I'll prove to you. Did you try any, Jay? All right.
No, I haven't. Chat, since he's mentioned, I know it's just been 24 hours since the introduction of the frozen pea, but no, has anyone eaten frozen peas? I'm not gonna try it. Chat, I'll take your word for it.
I think I'm over here joking.
He's about to eat frozen peas, I'm sure.
I got bags. All right, 4 full bags of frozen freaking peas, chat. I'm not joking.
You don't cook them. Like, you don't heat them up.
When I cook, I do cook them. Yes, when I cook the frozen peas. All right, but if I'm just chilling watching Netflix, I'm snacking on these things. Right? Not just 1, 2, 3, 4 full bags of frozen peas.
Whoa.
So, yeah, not joking.
Order filled.
Ain't nothing but ask the perfect question. One word question.
Let's see.
Why?
Why? They're freaking good and healthy, and then it doubles up if you after you go to the gym or pull muscle. It's a nice pack. Right?
Shout out to So What in the chat. Shout out to So What in the chat. Got your first payout today. Waiting on it to deposit, but cashing out $3,500 over 3 years. I'm down 3x that amount, but I'm happy I never gave up and finally seeing real money. Good stuff, right? Consider that the amount you paid into it, tuition. Where if you're expecting to see money right away, it's kind of a hard thing to do. But hopefully, what happens now is that you understand the process of getting to a payout, and now you can do that more consistently. And you don't have to think as much about that initial investment that you made, right? Where you can just now I'm building on top of that process and building momentum where that tuition starts to pay for itself. So great job. That's the first part of it. Seeing that money hit your bank account is a different feeling.
I agree, Jay. All right, now I'm getting ready. I might just close this one out. The fact that we had that nice push lower to 75, and now we're recovering it again, is price structure I do not want to see.
Yeah.
What earbuds am I rocking? I don't even know. Andre and the team suggested it to me. Let's see. I think they're like the Shocks, like 3 or something. It's nice because they don't go in the ear when you're running.
Trying to long in the S&P here. 2 micros long. We're spending about $100 on this. Long from 59.92. And about a 10-point stop on that. Looking to push back up into these 6,000s here.
Yeah, I'm still managing this gold trade. We're hovering at 280.
Did just. What do you think about the Naz? I'm not. Is it a good game going on right now, guys? I have not been really watching that series because I want the Timberwolves to win and they're struggling.
What ball?
Yeah.
Order filled.
My Knicks are losing. The Timberwolves are losing. Basketball doesn't exist anymore.
Is your
Till
trade
next season.
losing though, Jay?
This one is down to $4, but I'm
Oh.
up on the day, so it's all right.
Okay, that's what matters. That's what matters.
You're right. What do you think about the Nasdaq? So we were looking for a pullback, right? We got about a 80-point pullback off the high in the Nasdaq. We couldn't tag that 21,750s. So similar to the trade I'm taking in the S&P right now, if I was to take a long in the Nasdaq, my stop would have to go below that 750, right? That's where we talked about seeing where sellers failed on this pullback. It's where they failed for the time being. Does that mean that they can't just come in and continue to sell it again? No, right? They could sell it and bring us all the way back to VWAP, which is at 708. But this is just a feeler trade for potential continuation higher.
Okay.
Similar case in both. But got some sellers here in gold, Dakota. They moved
I
some
know.
orders
I'm
down. And
happy I made that decision, Jay.
it was a good one.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. There's 96 contracts sitting there, right? So.
Yeah,
What
they
happened
had
to you with that
80 contracts earlier up at 82s. Oh, they just pulled them. Must be watching the stream.
Order filled.
Must be watching the stream. Hopefully they just want the market and push it slower.
Still no hashtag slow markets. Come on, chat. You gotta do better than that on the social media side. You gotta do better than that. I'm not seeing any hashtag slow markets. Let's see it. Anyone? You do hashtag power hours.
Christian, here's a good question. If I want to set limit orders overnight and I filled during sleep, is there a way to set a preset take profit and stop loss? Yes, there is. You can't do it by a tick amount, so you have to determine how many dollars, right? So Dakota, you've done this a couple of times. You measure out the trade, identify a level, and then go from there. But what you would do, Christian, is in the risk settings, position risk, you're going to say how much dollar-wise you want to risk and look for it on the profit side. And then when your trade fills, it'll set the brackets automatically from there.
How about that decision, chat?
It was a good one. It was a good one. I like that question I asked you, Dakota. Shout out to me for asking good questions. Are you comfortable with the results of your decision? If that was to go and stop you out, you accepted that, right? So now I can make the decision. It's not, they're not always going to work out. This one did, and that helps you make it, right? If I think whether or not this is the right decision in the moment, that's when I get to second guessing myself. But if you were comfortable with that going to stop you out, and you took the risk, and now it's paying out, and that's ultimately what we have to do as traders. It's a good question, Jay. Dakota, we got a lunatic pennies in the chat. It's giving you a recipe for your frozen peas. Frozen green peas with spinach, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, cheese, red peppers, vegetables, margarine, and olive oil. You got a recipe for your frozen peas there.
All right,
there we go. For one.
I don't know about that one.
I think he's just opening the bag, full handful, and just going from there. But
that's what I'm doing, Jay. That's what I'm doing. Raw.
Raw dog and frozen peas is crazy.
But hey,
if it works, it works.
I've tried some salt. Salt's okay with it. Salt is not too bad. Mr. Wall Street. Oh man. No, chat's undefeated. Chat's undefeated.
You mentioned reversal signals. I play levels and usually get cooked because I enter early. What are some reliable reversal signals I can look into to add to my strat? Mr. Reversal Signal. Dakota, what's a pretty good reversal signal you look for?
Oh, we know it, Jay. Chat knows it. What's a reversal signal? Chat, answer the question for me. DBA concepts. There it is. The dink is 3 bar, baby. 3BR. DBA concepts. Not on your 2025 bingo card, huh? Update that card. All right. I am flat. $2,200 on a gold trade tonight.
Yeah, phenoms. That's exactly it, right? So identify a price where you want to start interacting with the market, and then let the market validate the trade that you're looking for, right? I could want to go long at any time. Anytime I look at a chart, I want to go long. But does the market validate that long and give me the best opportunity to win on a trade? That might mean I have to sacrifice trade location on that level itself. But what if the market doesn't respond to that level, right? What if I identify something as a support and the market says this guy has no idea what he's talking about, and it runs my support by 100 points? So watching that reaction is important.
Exactly. Oh, I was gonna reply to that guy, Hoop. Jay Strizzy. Man, why does that name sound so familiar? Is that a fellow troll? Goodbye. Hoop got him. He got hooped. Oh man. Here's a slow markets entry. There we go. Finally, Ginny Tan. You show it. You get this. Love it. Is this on it? This is a nice tablet. Tablet, it looks like.
Order filled.
The two DBA concepts. What's DBA concepts, you might ask? Well, it's basic technical analysis that's been here for as long as the stock market and as long as candlesticks been on. It's considered basic technical analysis. 3-bar reversal, a double bottom. It's DBA concepts, technical analysis. It's a joke because all the gurus that are selling Discord, selling this, selling that, they just rename stuff and throw it out there and sell it.
Chat. Speaking, you just said, DBA concepts has been around since the stock market's been around. I know chat watches a lot in the trading space, and on YouTube every once in a while I get recommended a video. Did anyone see that video that got posted recently about chart patterns? And this person who made the video, I gotta find it. It's in my YouTube history, but they basically they created a market, right? They used some software to do like a randomizer of the market and saw whether or not adding random market participants led to some of the same chart patterns that we see all the time, and it did exactly that. Anyone else see that? You saw. Okay, so I'm not. Okay, let me post that in the chat because that was a pretty cool video. And why I really liked it is because the minute they added order flow to their experiment, the market started moving, and that's why I'm a volume trader. So let me find that video. What up, Nick? Shout out to Nick for a tick in the chat.
Oh, there's. Where'd he go?
Let me find that video.
When Trump rage tweets. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy when we get a Trump tweet response. Yes.
Where's that video? I know I watched it recently.
Be a Trump, yeah. Okay, we need to have some. Like, what do we think Trump's going to respond?
He's gonna do away with all the courts.
And how's the market going to
starting tomorrow? I'm canceling court.
Uncertainties. Uncertainty. Is it going to bring more uncertainty with the president fighting courts, firing judges, overruling this? I don't know. We need a Trump tweet indicator. At this point, yeah.
Man, I just realized I'm scrolling through my YouTube history. I just realized how many YouTube videos play on. Sometimes I just I'll watch a video and I'll walk away from my desk, but YouTube just keeps playing.
All right, let's. You know what we haven't had tonight?
Put some music.
Music. Let me know if it's too loud, chat. I think it's perfect.
If someone has the link to that video, if you can put it in the Coach J Discord. I don't know if you guys are allowed to post links in there, but if you have the link, I'm gonna post that in there for me. That would help. Thanks, guys.
Ooh, long Nasdaq
It's
here.
a pretty cool video. I mean, I'm on the S&P already. I like it.
It popped. What a no! The market's way too thin right now. That's crazy.
It's called I Built a Market Simulation. Okay, thank you. M, thank you for that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna post this in the chat. Watch this when you guys get a chance. I thought this was pretty cool video. I don't know who this person is. Crafer got 130,000 views. 10-minute video, but a pretty interesting kind of view on just patterns playing out in the market and how they play out.
Interesting.
And I'm sorry, I was searching my YouTube history. I didn't see your post, but thanks for sharing that. I don't know if it's gonna make you guys better traders, but it was a cool watch. You still in this gold trade?
No, I'm flat, man. I'm flat. Plus
Flat, okay.
2251. And you're long MES. Okay.
Dylan Gomez, do I recommend the channel for more info? That's literally the only video I've ever watched on that channel. It was recommended by YouTube, and I thought it was a good one. Haven't seen it. I don't know if any of the other videos on the channel would have anything to do with trading, to be honest. We're not getting that continuation I wanted to see in the equities. I'm okay with this trade because I'm only risking $100 on it, but a lot of indecision here.
Market slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut this. I'm cutting that. Took it for scratch.
Now we just wait for Trump's response. I think that's what everyone's gonna be waiting for.
These markets. You ever watch the show House of Cards on Netflix?
No.
It's a great show. They had to cut it early for reasons, but it's a great show, and I feel like we are in an episode or a season of House of Cards. It's a great show.
I'll have to take a look. I will have to take a look.
Yeah, Trader Yamil, I'm gonna wait. I already got a nice trade tonight, and I'll wait for New York session tomorrow. I don't think I'm on top of TV tomorrow, so. All right, so Cody, you took a trade tonight. Anything else you would look for tonight, or is it, this is where you start to wrap it up? Say, I mean, I got a buffer going into the day tomorrow.
This was basically it, man. This market just now died down. We took the trade. There was a nice long Nasdaq breakout, which that was a nice 61-point move. 61 points on a nice low market breakout. That's amazing. And now we're kind of just back to slow markets. I mean, gold has went sideways since I closed it out. Locked in $2,200. Good buffer for tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow with maybe a Trump response. And yeah, now we're getting some slow market responses, some hashtag slow markets in here. So love to see it. On the TVJ, we're on the TV.
On the big screen. That looks good.
On the big screen.
I made it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So what? With the shout out.
The payout also. So out $3,500 payout. Love to see it. And Maui man, you're right. I actually am on Top Step TV tomorrow, just not in the morning. I just checked my schedule. was supposed to be on opening call, but Danielle sent me a message. She said, hey, you know what? You can take opening call off tomorrow.
I have no clue. How did everybody do tonight during slow markets? Let's see what everybody is. Up, down, traded, waiting, hold.
Let us know. R-Bear up.
Made 5,000?
Made money, gave it back, made it back. Keep it. Keep it. Watch what Dakota's doing, right? No more trading. Hand off the mouse. Appreciate the decisions that you made. Sometimes it's when we make money, we get that, that we chase that dopamine of, oh, I just made money, let me do it again. But we forget that we had to make a good decision in order to make the money we just made, right? So instead of thinking about, oh, I can make some more, think about making the next good trade decision. That's why I cut that S&P trade. That wasn't a good decision. My first trade was a great decision. That second one was not.
Yeah, I should have entered in my live account first instead of with the freaking combine.
Hey, shout out to you, man, for getting back into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, all right, patience, wait for the confirmation, and then I got it, so switched to my live and threw it on there. That was basically it.
And nice out because we're seeing gold pop now. Equity selling a little bit. The Russell. Oh, let's take a look at the Russell. I know we don't have traders that trade the Russell much, but I want to pull up. If you can pull up my chart really quick, Dakota. I just want to show something here.
There we go.
On the daily in the Russell. So let's just take a look at all of the other equity markets. What I'm looking at is this 200 moving average on the daily. Shout out to Coach Paul. I'm just sharing his analysis right now. The Russell is still under the 200 moving average on the daily. If you look at the S&P, it's above it. If we look at the Nasdaq, it's above it. If we look at the Dow, it's getting ready to test it as well. So the Dow and the S&P, sorry, the Dow and the Russell might have a little bit more room to play catch up. And we can see right now the Russell is our biggest percentage mover to the upside at 2% right now. So I don't know how many traders we have that trade some of the other equity markets, but there's a lot of opportunity out here for sure. Should have bought it when it IPO'd. Should have bought Apple when it IPO'd. And Bitcoin when they first released it. That'd have been a good trade. Go to send emails over there.
Wait, I'm replying to a slow markets post. I'm really disappointed in chat, to be honest, man. Like when Power Hour does the hashtag Power Hour, they have like 10 submissions. I'm over here grinding it out to get like 2. We got to get some good ones. Is the day show? Maybe they're just everyone's kind of awake and at their desks. Maybe slow markets is a little more like, yeah, we're in bed, not in front of our computers. That could be why. Could that be why? I don't know.
It could be. It could be. Or they're just locked into trades right now.
We're a decent bunch. Hey, I'm not complaining about the bunch. I'm complaining about the activity. Okay, the likes, the likes are something to be desired. I mean, I trade my live account in front of everybody. Jay's been dropping dimes out here.
Do what I can. Do what I can.
And this is all for free for everybody. Maybe it's just slow responses. MKT's like, I'm drunk. All right, that's enough. Good enough. All right, that's the only excuse you needed. And we're slow. We're just chilling.
Jay for president? I don't think I'd be a great president.
Last 8 minutes. Now we're getting something. Jay, you like dogs, right? Here's one.
Love dogs, man. Oh, there you go.
Henry is disappointed too. That's a good dog.
That is. What kind of dog is that? Whose dog is that?
Princess Banana Hammock. All right. No, man.
Can you trade as the president? We should ask that when we get our invite to the White House press briefings. It's like, when you said it was a good time to buy stocks, did you buy stocks?
That's a good question.
Buy stocks yourself.
Yeah, Labradoodle. Market's pushing now. Nasdaq's, I mean, that's 20 points. Can we see 800s again?
Well, my ES trade would have worked if I had a little bit more patience, but I'm okay cutting that trade. I didn't really like it. Day Traders Enclave. Who do you have in OKC versus the Pacers? You sound like you're counting the Knicks out right there. So I'm going to say the Knicks. I got the Knicks. Oh, Nick asked an important question there. When air horn? If these tariffs are really canceled, next week.
Next week. Who knows, man? It's just we trade what's in front of us. Tariffs on, tariffs off. I just give up. I give up trying to predict it.
Yeah.
Like tonight, all I was looking for was the Nvidia earnings, and we got that and more. Tomorrow, are we gonna get a tweet from Trump and an executive action or something to tariffs back on? I mean, what's the joke that everyone's saying now? Taco, right? What was that reference?
Yeah, what was that?
Like
the taco reference?
Yeah, anybody in chat? What was the taco reference? Say hello to Renee. Is that Renee or Renee? I'm just pronouncing that wrong.
No trades on right now, Brady. I was long the S&P earlier. I'm flat. Dakota was short. Gold, he's flat. Kind of just scanning right now. I'm kind of watching the equities. If I'm going to trade, it's to the long side of the equities. It just has to make sense for risk to reward, right? Where I'm not necessarily looking for a scalp, looking for the next leg potentially in the trend. And I could have had it there maybe, the trade I was in. But curious to see what happens at these 6,000s. And again, tomorrow's going to present a ton of opportunity. So right now, no trades. Oh, Trump always chickens out. That's what the taco was.
Really? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Social media.
Oh. Lucas says, we're on to embargoes now. Tariffs is old news.
R. Brooks, did you catch that trade? I just mentioned the Russell, right? And when I mentioned the Russell, it was up 2%. It's up 2.4% right now. Let's talk more trading. And that was not financial advice, right? Just for educational purposes only.
Order filled.
To the end. Like, I was a little bit nervous that we'd be in a trade going into the end, and these markets calmed down a lot.
Yeah, they have, except for the Russell. So I'm gonna keep mentioning it. The Russell has had some quiet 3 and 4% days recently. I'm not saying that happens here, but when it moves in one direction, it goes. It's 2,000 stocks. So sometimes you hear people refer to it as like turning around a barge, right? Where it's not easy to do. The Nasdaq's like a speedboat, it can go multiple directions. 2,000 stocks in the Russell. Once they start moving, they go. What do we do now, Dakota? Just end it here?
Do we end it here with 3 minutes left to go? I mean, what we do? I made $2,200 in my live account in front of everyone trading gold. We had some great questions, Jay. These have been some crazy markets to start off, slow markets, and things have settled down. I'm happy I closed out. The low was on gold was 69, right? 32.69, and yeah, I mean, there's not really much. Gonna get a nice dinner, get some good sleep, and yeah, tomorrow morning is a new day. It's a new session, right? Or how do we put this? It's the New York session. It's a new day for me.
New opportunities.
New opportunities. Yeah, there we go. I have a nice buffer. How about yourself?
Same here. Yeah, have a nice buffer going into the day. I was just looking at the Top Step TV calendar for tomorrow. Should be a pretty good show. Let me run through that real quick. We got Aaron, of course, doing the London Open 1:30 Central Time. Deanna doing the Euro Trade 3:30 Central Time. Coach Ray on with Hogan Eddy for opening call. Dakota Barron for fast markets. We got Shivansh took 58K in payouts. Funded trader with Top Step. Should be a pretty good show. We got Nicholas R, live funded trader, 54K in payouts, number 152 on the big board. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty good show. Make sure you guys tune in. Of course, we got Dakota. What are you, number 5 right now?
5, 6, 7. I'm top 10.
Nice.
I don't know, man. I get questions every day. How much have I made today? How much did I make this week? How much have I made year to date? I get that daily, dude. Even though Top Step shares it daily.
The Russell is still running. Yeah, I mean, you get questions all the time. You're going to, right? It's part of the entertainment part of it. We see the process though, and I think if I'm watching, right, and I'm like completely, if I'm not a person that's on Top Step TV, if I'm watching any stream, my goal is to play the same game as the person that I'm watching. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's different than when we watch sports, right? I watch the NBA. I'm never gonna be on the court with LeBron, right? It's not gonna happen. But here, you're in the same game when you're watching. So if I'm watching anybody, I'm trying to figure out how they navigate and how it could help me navigate the markets as well. Coach spending all his money on peas. 4 bets.
That's
You get a discount.
my guilty pleasure. Yeah, I go for bulk. I buy peas in bulk.
Just go to Costco and just pick up the whole box.
I want that whole freezer. Just give it to me. I'll back up fill out my Honda Civic. You want me to show you my water bill too? I'll show you my water bill.
Make sure you leave your name and address on it. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at the Russell because it's up almost 0.75% from when I mentioned it.
Share my P bill. All right, we're coming to the end of slow markets. The conversations just went downhill. Oh man. All right, chat. Well, any last words, Jay?
Trade well, manage your risk. Another fun show. Great trading by you, Dakota. Nice trading in the chat. Saw some nice P&Ls in the chat. Make sure you take some of it home. Right? Don't give it back to the markets because the markets will take it and more. Nixon 7.
Nixon 7. All right, everybody. Take care, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow night, with Baron. So, yeah, Baron, that's always fun having Baron on. So, he's gonna be with us in Chicago, Jay.
Yeah, he is. Should be a fun trip. I'm excited. Flight's booked, and we're ready to go.
Yeah. All right. I gotta end my slow markets with this though. So take care, everybody. Bye.
Dakota rises with the morning blaze. Stars are dancing in a golden haze. Eyes like arrows aiming at the prize. The market trembles when he strategizes. Coach Dakota flipping trades like a star. Turning pennies into dreams that go far. He don't guess, no know he's sharp and he's wise. Every move's a lesson in disguise. Screen lights flicker, there is morning muse. Candlesticks tell stories he'll never lose. Patience sharper than a blade of steel. Dakota moves quick, but his calm is real. Numbers racing, he's got them on a chain. Through the chaos, he's the eye of the hurricane. Signals, whispers, secrets in his ear. He trades the waves, no room for fear. Coast to Dakota, flipping trains like a star. Turning pennies into dreams that go far. He don't guess, no, he's sharp and he's wise. Every move's a lesson in disguise. He's not about luck, he's about the grind. With each transaction, he sharpens the mind. Trades are his art, his canvas, his soul. Dakota paints green and a little gold. He's not about luck, he's about the grind. With each transaction, he sharpens the mind. Trades are his art, his canvas, his soul. Dakota paints green and a little gold.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.